Only on 13. It may be one of Houston's most horrifying murders caught on camera.
And it happened in full view of neighbors in a subdivision near the Gulf Freeway in the Pecan Park neighborhood. ABC 13's Brooke Taylor is joining us now here in the studio.
Yeah, and Brooke, this really shocked a lot of us here in the newsroom.
It did, and sources close to this case tell me that this is some of the most horrifying footage they have seen in their careers. Police haven't said if the victim knew the killer, but they're hoping that a neighbor's video leads to a quick conviction and justice for his family.
Only on 13, deeply disturbing and shocking video of a murder in broad daylight. On May 3rd, the victim, Stephen Anderson, is walking on Woodridge Square Drive to pick up his mail, sources tell us. He turns around at the sound of a screeching car speeding right into him. We're pausing the video right before he gets hit. The car reverses and hits him again, pushing him further into the street. Neighbors are on the phone, frantically calling 911. Another neighbor comes out with a pillow. And that's when the suspect, Karen Fisher, identified in court records as a man, but also described as she by police, returns with a knife in hand. The suspect yanks and flips Anderson over, straddles him, and kisses him. We're not showing what happens next because it's too graphic, but that's when police say Fisher stabs him 9 times. She casually walks off as if nothing happened and neighbors just watch. She then tries getting into another car while talking to witnesses. When that's unsuccessful, she leaps over the body and walks away.
It's very disturbing, yeah, because, you know, I have kids here. So our kids could have been out here playing, and imagine that.
20-year-old Karen Fisher is in jail tonight, charged with murdering this 64-year-old. Her bond is set at $2 million.
Broad daylight, it was a busy intersection. It did happen right under our noses, you know.
Just truly so shocking. I spoke to neighbors that you saw in that video. They are still traumatized by that, as you can imagine. One woman even told me that she hasn't been to work and is trying to find a therapist.
This is a heavy story right here, and it's hard to get some context here as well. Brooke, now we know the suspect's 20 years old. Have they been in trouble before?
You know, the night that this happened, she was also charged with assaulting a nurse at Ben Taub Hospital. And we checked records, and back in 2023, she was charged with evading arrest, and she's been on a 5-year community supervision from that. We also found a prostitution charge from 2021. That charge was ultimately dismissed.
Let me ask you this, and I answer as well. If you was a a spectator watching this, would you have done something when she was stabbing that dude?
That's crazy, because I didn't even think about it till just watching it now, but that's the exact same thing. When I got my pad and my pen, that's what I wrote down. Would you do something? Because it's not like she was moving fast. She came back with a knife. So as a spectator, you just seen her drive a person over, back up, drive over again, and then to go out with the knife back over to the body that's laying there. Someone brought out a pillow, and you see her come back with the knife. If I'm just seeing all of this, man, that's one of them things. It's hard. It's hard because I'm pretty sure everybody wanted to do something, but the initial shot from it all, I think maybe the reason why nobody did anything. But
we saw the lady bring a pillow, I guess, to put under his head or something. They're with him at that point.
Right.
At what point did those people who were helping him before she came back, when did they leave his body? Did they leave his body because she came up with a knife? Or did they leave prior to him coming back? Because that's what I don't understand. Because if you're there trying to help this man, keep him alive, and you see this person walking up with a knife, are you not going to say, stay back? Stay back? Or... are you just terrified because you might get stabbed?
Someone called it in and they look like to be 2 to 3 other people that was there. I can't see people just walking away from this. Like just completely walking away from this body on the ground. So I would err on the side of that they were there. They were just further away when she came, or maybe when she came back, they did, gain some distance because they seen the knife. And they, a knife can do some damage. And,
It can. And I think that's what really probably killed him.
Right.
But, and I guess if you're one of the dudes that was on the scene and you ain't have your strap on you, you didn't want to take that chance of getting stabbed. This is just me thinking, bro. When she leaned over on him, kissed him, I would have came from behind. He would have dropped that knife and went to sleep. I promise you.
The body's on the ground. He's walking back over. He's backing up.
Man, I would have clobbered his ass right there. Boom! Football tackled him or something.
Who would kiss a random person? That's the thing. I think the kiss mixed with the number of stabbings makes it leads me back to crime of passion.
Yeah.
Because the stabbing is a very intimate killing. Stabbing isn't like a gunshot from 20 feet away, pow, and walk off. A stabbing is someone stabbing someone to death. It's like an intimate act. You right up on them. Like you can see them fighting for their life and stuff. Like
he said this guy was 20 years old, the girl, guy, whatever, transsexual, was 20 years old. And the white guy, he got to be in his 50s or higher, right. Maybe 60s. Do you think, going back to what we heard when they started mentioning this guy, girl charges, one of them was prostitution, right?
That is true.
Do you think this man owed her some money? And she been trying to get this money for a long time. And he said, I ain't paying you shit because you tricked me, motherfucker. You tricked me. Some motherfucker said, okay, I got something for your ass. That's another possibility.
I tend to think if it's anything, I would think it was an actual full-blown relationship.
But you think this person on the screen was in love with this old white man?
Sugar daddy.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's something where, I think it would be something more than just a trick, some tricking and hoeing going on. I feel like it's some emotions in here that been running hot for a while now.
I think I would need to know more about the white guy who got killed, Mr. Steven Anderson. I would need to know about his background.
But what I will say, when he turned around off the first right here, he heard that engine right there, and he turned around. You see the car over there. He turned around. He's in the street.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I'm thinking right now at this point, if this is you, not his age, you as who you are right now, what would you have done at this point?
God got a plan for me. I know God got a plan for me.